It's like, you're crazy.
Where y'all think this is going?
Shot glass of tears. I don't know, honestly. I don't know if I feel like turning up or you gotta end this with a ballad. What's it?
Yeah.
What's up, Army? Welcome back to Redemption 46 Studios. I'm Nick.
I'm Dom.
Toro.
And I'm Zach.
None of the vibes, y'all seen the picture, y'all seen the thumbnail. You know exactly why y'all here. Shot glass of tears. If this is your first time on the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Become a real redeemer today for more content like this. You'll want a Patreon exclusive Jung Kook stuff up there today. Shot glass of tears. I said I thought this was interesting because they, like I said, they had a song called Blood, Sweat, and Tears. So it seemed like a couple of these songs feel like plays on other songs, or it could just be a big coincidence. But with BTS, nothing feels like a coincidence. Shot glass of tears is crazy because it sounded like obviously you was crying enough from a situation that you could fill up a shot glass, but it seems like you're also trying to get drunk or something to kind of forget about the pain that came with those tears. Let's jump into this, man. Let's have a conversation, man. It seems like a dope concept.
Tell me am I ever gonna feel again? Tell me am I ever gonna heal again? Got a shot glass for the tears. Drink, 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 say cheers.
Oh, that's hot.
I got all this diamonds running down my face, and I ain't letting any of them go to waste. Got a shot glass for the tears. Treat the life for the party, for the time in the body. She got some dangerous hurry, like chasing after the sun, making me fall in love till I'm sick to my stomach. Until I thought back a dozen, until I'm driving 100. With my hands off the wheel, just to see how I feel. Tell me am I ever gonna feel again? Tell me am I ever gonna heal again? Got a shot glass for the tears. Drink, 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 say cheers.
I like that though.
I got all these diamonds running down my face, and I ain't letting any of them go to waste. Got a shot glass for the tears. Drink, 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 say cheers.
Oh, here we go.
Drink, 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 say cheers.
You about to hit me in the belly?
It's a hard pill to swallow. This emotional bottle. There's so much room for the sorrow, so much room for the pain. I can wash it away. Always cold, I'm freezing. Stuck in a permanent season. We both know you're the reason. I'm not the same as before. I don't feel anymore. Tell me am I ever gonna feel again? Tell me am I ever gonna heal again? Got a shot glass full of tears. Drink, 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 say cheers. I got all these diamonds running down my face, and I ain't letting any of them go to waste. Got a shot glass full of tears. Drink, 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 say cheers. Drink, 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 say cheers.
In and out like a robbery.
For the time in the party, just 'cause my nervous hobbies, like chasing after the sun, they making me fall in love.
She got some dangerous hobbies. Make sure y'all subscribe and join the Patreon. It's a party. This might be one of my favorite Johns on here. I like this a lot just because, like, it's a ballad, but to me, I don't know why I kind of hear, like, a choir behind them, too. Like, oh. I kind of hear, like, hands clapping. Like, it's decent. I like the inflections with, like, all the different tones. Just the tears and the cheers thing. Making tears rhyme with cheers, like, in a certain way is, like, funny to me. I feel like that's hot. But I felt like he definitely like ate this up. He did such a great job. I'm not trying to get my whole album review, but I will say like every single track that I heard, they did such a great job of cadences catchy melodies, decent hooks, and it felt like even the ballads feel like pop a little bit. Like everything feels so pop, but all in a different way, like in a unique way. This was fire as shit. I'm gonna let y'all talk. This is a download.
I really enjoyed this. Nick, we were talking earlier about like some boy bands and 1D. I could hear like a few groupies like jumping on this thing and you know featuring on this. Like you know I don't see any remixes, but like in K-pop, but this would be a nice song to hear some remix of like you know their group. I feel like overall he killed it, but if there is a feature, I feel like the feature would be dope as hell. Like you know you would just I think it would be pretty nice.
I'd love to hear Jimin on this with him. And some of the cadences, V's voice would have been. He got a lot of people in his own group that would have been interesting, but I don't think you're too far off. Because not only remix, I feel like this is a song that people would want to do a cover or something like that too as well. This feels like a cover song for people.
Yeah, I totally agree with that too. Like, something where there would be more of a group of people on. You know, he killed it alone, but I feel like with another person or something, I feel like he would really have like it would take it home. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. Like to end the album like this, it's really nice. Like, from the start to now, it's cool. But overall, I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed the song as well. Definitely feel like you gotta be in the mood for this song as well, though. But definitely can hear this at one of his concerts or festivals or something. That chorus is definitely a call and response with the crowd. That we can definitely hear him putting a microphone to the crowd and have them singing along with that part. Song is definitely a banger. Enjoyed this.
I think it was a great song as well. I really like the song. I feel like when you're listening to it, the song, it really tells a story. And then like just hearing the song, the melody, it really captures you. And like you said, like how it gives you that vibe. Whereas though if you were at a concert, you would see everybody singing together, everybody moving in unison, like really vibing out together and being like, oh, this is a good one. But I think this was really a good song. I think the whole album was put together very well, you know. So I like it.
Yeah. Anything else with that?
Yeah. You think the whole album's about that girl that's 42 in her body?
Listen,
That's
man.
probably why he made this whole thing.
Right.
He said 42.
Listen, man. He said she had bad hobbies, making him. What do you say? Chasing after the sun, making me fall in love.
Right.
Felt like Icarus going after the sun. Don't get
Thought
too
Bruno
close.
Mars was doing that. I couldn't even talk.
You feel like you can catch a grenade for somebody?
Right.
Nah, but I really like this because I mean at the end of the day when it comes like the ballads and stuff like that, like sometimes you feel like you probably heard them all before. It's but so many ways to kind of discuss or sing about like heartbreak. But I felt like he definitely had like a certain emotion and a certain vibe to this that kind of just really clicked and it worked really well on here. And I felt like everything was kind of relatable and sometimes songs could either be kind of too straightforward or sometimes too many innuendos where you just like, what the fuck is you even talking about? Or sometimes shit be like too straightforward and it's kind of corny. Where somebody be like, depression, I'm so depressed that I'm depression. And like, you just like, all right, bro, like it was no thought put into this. Like you just had a beat and you kind of just was going. But this, like, you know, outside of the chorus, which I think is just a call and response chorus, and if it's not a call and response chorus, it's definitely a choir chorus, where you literally have, like, you know, knowing JK is going to be a bunch of black folks in the back, like, drink, say yeah, like, you know what I mean? Just kind of like real, like, the organs might be playing. If I was him, I'd go all the fuck out. But just all this is just, you know, she's like the life of the party. 42 in her body. It's like, wait, what? She got some dangerous hobbies. Like chasing after the sun, making me fall in love,
Hey.
love.
Hey.
But I don't know, like that shit just kind of like hit, and you know, in music sometimes either that shit hit or that shit don't hit. Like, and this is it. I fuck with this.
Yeah. Some of the lyrics, when you start to read them, you're like, damn. Like he goes in to how he feels, and I think he portrays his emotions very well, like especially in this song.
Even that,
Yeah.
I got all these diamonds running down my face.
There's
That means to him, his tears are precious. Like your tears aren't like bullshit. Like they're diamonds.
Right.
You should you should value your tears, man. Don't just be crying over anything. And he said he not letting them go to waste. Putting them right back in that shot glass. Just drink the Casamigos, man. You'll be cool. Yeah, the 42 on the body is crazy. Throwing back a dozen and then driving doing a hundo is pretty wild.
Just
Take your hands off the steering wheel just to see how it feels.
right here, like tell him like, is he ever gonna feel again? Is he gonna heal again? You know, like I've felt that before, and you know, you got your heart broken, and you know, you feel that you're like, damn, I don't want to feel this. Am I gonna feel? And then you're scared to feel, and then you're scared to heal.
It's crazy too, because I don't know how old y'all was whenever y'all kind of experienced like y'all first heartbreak. For some guys, it might have been like 3rd grade, such and such. Like she ripped my sticker off of her and said she didn't want to be with me no more, and it hurt. For other people, it could be like, you know, your first love was experienced in high school, or for some people, maybe your first love was like in college. But I feel like a lot of guys remember the first like real, like when that shit hurt. And it just was like, I'm not going to even care about nobody. Like, I don't even give a fuck no more. Like, it's whatever. Like, I should have never fucking even been with you. Like, this shit's stupid. Like, I turned down, like, people for you. Like, I made sacrifices. And then, like, your mom or your old head or somebody just like, it's okay. You're going to love again. I'm never going to love her. I honestly don't even care. Like, fuck out of here. It's just funny because it's just like you will heal, and it's only gonna like strengthen you. And sometimes this shit weird. I be saying sometimes people like, sometimes you might need to get mistreated to find out how you should be treated, if that makes sense. Like sometimes to understand your worth, sometimes maybe you gotta test the market, and then once you feel like somebody played with your worth, now it's just like, oh, okay. Since I went through this in this relationship, I will never devalue myself again. And now I kind of know moving forward what I will tolerate and won't tolerate. And if you understand that at an early age and you know your worth and you find a partner that loves you, shout out to you. But I feel like 90% of the world kind of goes through like a couple heartbreaks before they can kind of get to that point. So that was my advice for the day. Anything else you got from there?
Fuck love.
Damn.
Oh,
Love yourself.
That's all that matters.
drink your tears.
Do y'all believe that you can actually love somebody if you don't love yourself?
No, you have to love yourself first. You have to know how to love yourself.
Great.
And that's a journey in itself. Loving yourself.
Sometimes I do feel like people need to get themselves together before you can like be in a relationship. I think it is kind of counter backwards if like you in a relationship but like financially you fucked up, like you don't know what you kind of want to do in life. And I know some people be like, well, maybe your significant other can kind of help you with those things. I feel like you should kind of center yourself before you let anybody else kind of push your center.
Yeah, or you're trying to figure yourself out. Like I feel like being in a relationship at those stages, they're more of a distraction than a helpful thing, like you were saying. Because like, you know, when you're in a relationship, you're taking on that responsibility of, you know, caring for somebody else. But how do you know how to care about someone if you don't even know about how to care yourself? And then the other side of that is, how's the other person supposed to care about you the way that you want to be cared for if you don't even know how to express that you want that, you know, that type of care? So it's a trickle effect when you're in that situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus, I feel like healthy relationships too should shouldn't have like deficiency problems. And I mean that in the sense of like, let's say like y'all was dealing with a girl and right now y'all are financially stable, y'all got everything kind of situated for y'all, and to put it in like a mean way, she a bum. Like you kind of pay for everything, you take care of everything and stuff all like that. And instead of her maybe trying to level up to kind of get to where you at, she's just dependent on you. And I feel like relationships don't kind of move forward from those situations, and vice versa too with women. Sometimes like girls that date, I call them like hobosexuals. It'd be like dudes that don't really have a place to stay or anything like that. They find like a girl they like that they they'll make the chick fall in love and they be like, babe, can I move in?
And now they staying.
And now they just kind of like staying in there and shit.
Homosexual.
Yeah, like, but they don't like contribute to anything. They kind of just in the house eating your food. They don't pay any bills or kind of do anything. I feel like it's not probably a healthy relationship. Like y'all are one of y'all are super dependent on like the other person, and I feel like relationships need boundaries sometimes. Sometimes your wife needs to be able to do her own thing, have her own friends, and everything, and you too.
Yeah.
That was my advice for the day.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Nick, on that one. Like,
The podcast turned into something.
They need to, like you need to do your own thing. You can't be just like you were saying, like dependent on the other person or whatever. You have to have your own, like, be yourself and find out what you love about things or what you enjoy and go do those things. Do it separately, because when you do things separately, you find out like what you enjoy, and like you don't have a particular, like sometimes when you do it with someone, like you could be having fun, but the other person could be having a terrible time, and then they could be like, yo, I hated this, what the hell? And then you're like, what? Like, I love this. So like,
I thought you loved when we went on walks. I hated them. I wanted to stay home and play games.
Yeah, exactly, and things like that. So when you do it alone, you're like, you get that experience where you're like, yeah, I love this. So and then sometimes crazy things happen where like you're like, I wasn't even expecting that to happen, and wow, that happened, and then you're like, yeah, you're mind blown. You never know. But yeah, experiencing things on your own, it's highly recommend, because you never know. Like, you really get to figure yourself out, and that's where uncertainty is. That's all I want to spiel on. But yeah.
Anything else for you, Zach? Any tips that you want to give the Redeemers while love?
No. To each his own.
What did she do to you?
Well, it's legit to each his own.
It is to each his own, though. I hate that too. I'm gonna run on a tangent.
That's why you really.
I hate when people apply rules like even the 50-50 thing. Like, men should pay 70% of the bills.
That's a whole different topic.
Yeah.
I don't even want to get into. I hate the whole 50-50.
I hate those topics.
I hate that in a relationship. It should be whatever I like, you should help me. Whatever you like, I'm helping you. This is we're in this together.
Yeah, I always say whatever applies in your household is your household, and there ain't no set rule for anything.
We give 100% together.
Well,
no
growing up before the man pick, and your dad was a smoker too, so it just That's crazy. I'm sorry if that triggered anybody. Like, comment, subscribe. Nah, though, real shit. We just busting it up. Y'all know how we do here. But jump in the comments. Let us know how y'all felt about this. What's your favorite track on the album so far? What is Standing Next to You kind of still like a lot of your favorite tracks so far on the album that y'all heard?
Yeah.
Kind of up in the air. I can get it. I want to say that too.
Yeah, I think I would give this. Yeah.
There's some shit on here, man.
I feel like this album is like everybody was saying earlier, that like it's different vibes at different moments at times. Different times you can listen to different parts of this album. So like I feel like when you're vibing and stuff, like you could pick and choose like one of the songs, and then like when you're feeling in your feels or whatever, like you could pick another. So it's really hard to choose one on this album. I feel like I don't know. How do you feel?
No, I'm the same. Like I consider myself OT7, which means like I like all the members like almost equally, or I have a certain love for like all the members. But I think everybody knows how I feel about Jimin, and his album was phenomenal. I knew when JK dropped that I was gonna love his album because he's so pop, and like pop is secretly might be like my favorite genre of music, low key. Um, JK kind of just I almost want to save some of this for the album review, but he really blown like the whole album away just because we had a point where we talking about 10 singles, and it probably was just one I didn't download. And like you said, he kind of hit. Every different song is a different vibe, even though everything is talking about love and shit. Like everything is a different vibe and different energy. But there's so many different applications, so many different turn up joints. Even the stuff that we listened to tonight that was off of first listen, I really want to listen to again. I want to blast in the car and kind of see what the car test is going to be like too. So like this album is phenomenal. This might be the best album of the year that I've heard, and this might be one of my favorite BTS solo albums. But I'm gonna wait until we get into the album review to really talk about that. Anything else wrong there? Doing a great job. You starting to ask the questions. Get the ball rolling. Art, you feel more confident and comfortable here.
Yeah.
It's getting good here. Yeah, y'all jump in the comments. Tell us how y'all felt about this. Definitely make sure y'all subscribe and jump on the Patreon. Album review coming soon. The JK stuff is up on there as far as live performances. More album talk and everything coming soon as well. We love you. We're going to holler at y'all. Peace and don't cry too much. Someone definitely cried when this came on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Good
that.
song.
Put it to her body.